The Media Training Center presents How Did We Get Here?
How did we get here? We got here in full view. Perhaps we ourselves aided the trip. We ourselves brought us here. When the thief stole the future of our children, we watched and sometimes cheered them on. We got here when we outsourced our agency to those who sometimes cannot read and write. We got here when we outsourced our own civic duties to others, sometimes without their consent or knowledge. When we resigned ourselves to being a lesser people in our own affairs that we got here. It was when those who, by their mere struggle credentials, which is sometimes suspect, told us that to speak up and call them out was to be counter-revolutionary and unprogressive. It was when those of us who claim to have been activists and so-called intelligentsia believed lies from the shenanigans that they, by their mere political standing, are better thinkers than we are. It was when we rewarded ineptitude like us in brazen thuggery that such a beautiful train was derailed. It was when the last train passed that it took too long for us to look back to see the acacia tree germinate and grow on that railroad. Yes, it is long enough that we waited long enough for the tree to grow taller than a train height. And yet we continue to do, like lunatics, one thing and yet expect a different result. Of course, such was our own money from the fiscus that we funded through our taxes and our forebears, that we turned away from our own responsibility to pour scorn on the fruits of the toil of our fathers, mothers, and all those who came before us. We arrived at this point when we believed that those who can't read and write are suitably qualified to determine ours and the future of our children. We failed our kids. We forsaken them. This is how we got here. The tree grows